So this is kind of an old-fashioned woodworking shop. We do not much in the way of production work. Design practically everything ourselves, although we're happy to work with designers. I've had my business here in the city since about 1983. Like a lot of woodworkers, I started out in my basement, and then that kind of didn't work out too well with all the dust and related nonsense. So my first shop was down on Rivard and Woodbridge. I was there for a couple of years, and then we moved into Orleans, a place on Orleans right near the soup kitchen. And then there were three of us in the shop, and a fourth person was interested in joining us, and we ended up looking at some space at the Packard properties, but then came to the Russell Center, saw this place, and decided it was the place for us. So when the four of us first moved in here, we had about 8,000 square feet, and slowly but surely people moved on, and I ended up moving into this shop on my own. I've got 3 employees. We do a lot of different stuff, residential things primarily, although we've done institutional and some commercial work. Some of the notable residential work that I've done, and again, I've been in business since 1983, so it's that spans quite a bit of time. But a few years ago, we did work on the Frank Lloyd Wright house. That's what's known as the Turkell House on 7 Mile near Palmer Woods, so near 7 and Woodward. And we did all of the casework for that restoration, with the exception of the kitchen. So we built bathroom cabinets. We built the owner's bed. We made pieces of reproduction furniture where we got the prints from the Frank Lloyd Wright Society, and we're allowed to make a certain number of copies that fit into the house. So I've done work on churches and outside on various historic properties around the city. In addition to doing woodwork, I also make and repair stained glass windows. I've been doing that since about 1976. I've made or repaired original Tiffany lamps, Lafarge panels, Tiffany panels, things of that nature. We do a little bit of metal work. We can do furniture restoration and repair, things of that nature.
So what made you 30 years ago place your business in Detroit versus the suburbs?
Well, this place became available. The rents were reasonable compared to what it would be to set up elsewhere. It was really rather expensive to kind of get a footing here in the city, and the spaces here are big enough so that there certainly is enough space to expand. There's also more and more there's a sense of neighborhood, a sense of being able to count on your neighbors and have that kind of an artistic community that's kind of sprouted up in the place. So,
what do you imagine from moving forward, like how your business is going to be impacted by Detroit's like swell of business and development?
Well, I think you hear more and more about buying local, and we're starting to see a little more interest in that. We did some work for Shinola for one of their pop-up stores. We're located minutes from downtown, so a lot of the things that are going on in the city, we're real close to the action, and just sort of being part of that whole thing is pretty exciting.